Hello everybody and welcome to a special flooding edition of the Wardy's Waffle. You can see a great expanse of water behind me. I'm on the edge of Bardney and here I've got David Armstrong, friend of mine and also farms this area. Yes, not good. We've got potatoes underneath here and this normally doesn't flood. What happened, David, please, here?
Yeah, well, when we had our rain on Friday, over at Stainfield Bridge, there's a length of embankment on the start of the Snake drain, and it just all came flooding over when the water came down off. Basically, that catchment sort of goes up around Rugby sort of land, which is a bit higher than here, and just inundated us where we're a bit sort of flatter and slower moving the water course.
This hasn't flooded before?
It has flooded before, 2007.
That year, yeah.
It was a couple of foot lower then, but it's amazing how an extra 2 foot of depth, how much further it goes.
Exactly. And then you wonder about why there's going to be food shortages, possibly, why food is so expensive or potatoes go up in price. There's potatoes underneath this water that will not now get harvested.
That's right. Luckily, majority of our crop we have harvested, but this is one that it definitely isn't going to.
Yeah. We're going to have a look round at where it's come over. You can just see one of the river banks just in the distance there, but probably about nearly up to a metre deep in the middle there.
Stations.
Yeah.
What happened at Stainfield, the pumping station got inundated.
So this is the pumping station, and it came within a foot of not working or being flooded out.
The water level was to bottom where that cross member is
on that fence down there. Yeah. So it has dropped then. It's dropped 6 inches.
Yeah, which is. It surprised me how quickly the pump seems to be, because you can see the effect of the water.
It's coming there. What's happening? Where's it going?
So it's pumping from over there. Rhonda, don't walk round that corner.
Because that is water, not grass.
Yeah, you're dropping 8 metres. I'm not sure you're set up for swimming today.
Right, and then that green sticking out the water there, we're just saying that's a small pump.
Yeah.
But that's not working obviously at the minute. So this river we've got here is not the Witham, it's a sort of a spur out from the Witham, or it used to be the old Witham.
Yeah, it's called the old Witham Loop.
Right, yeah. So that, just the other side of this bank in front of us where those bushes are, that expanse of water, that's Branston Island, is it?
That's correct,
yeah. And those caravans in the distance there's a pub there called the Tirrit Arms, and that short ferry that was flooded badly in 2019. You maybe just hear this pump going at the minute. So where's this water being pumped now, David? Not being pumped back into here?
Where you can see that.
There, where it's pumped there.
Yeah.
So it's been pumped into there, and then that's running here.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's nearly full. It is just flowing.
Yeah.
But that then flows eventually. This just heads out to Boston.
Yeah, it joins up with the Witham over where that bridge is.
Yes, so that bridge in the distance, and then but the fall between here and Boston is hardly anything, is it?
From what we're led to believe, yeah.
Yeah, very flat. And that there is Bardney Beet Factory. This is the local drainage board here, just cleaning out this dike here. Help the water move. See, there's a knife on the bottom of the bucket there that starts moving to cut the reeds. Right, alright, there you go. You can see there, reciprocating knife, that's what cuts through the reeds. That's it, stop. Hydraulically operated, you can see from that ramp there and the motor there. Brilliant, thanks, perfect. Okay. Just looking here, David, just explain, you've got this here is seeping underneath this bank, is it? They've opened it up to here, but they put this in without asking you.
Yeah.
And this was done when? 2019 or?
No, we think about 2009. After the 2007 floods.
Yeah. So that water then it's coming underneath here. They've opened this up. Dear oh dear. Just got to one of the pumping stations here. Yeah, sorry David.
this would be keeping up easily, and that would be another couple of metres down then.
Yeah, so it just shows how much water's coming in here.
Yeah, well, the trouble is it's not helped by that water coming from the EA valve up there.
No.
Because if you want to just look over here, this is the flow coming down from where that is. So you can see the majority of it is coming from that direction.
Yeah.
Not actually pumping the catchment that the ratepayers pay for.
Yes, yeah. Just going up here to have a look at the water, the river, because that water there is seeping through the bank. This is where it's pumping from there up here into the river. So that is heading that way, which is to Boston. And how many feet above sea level is this, David? Not many.
Well, we think the banks are around about 5 metres above sea level.
What, here, where we are here?
Yeah.
Crikey. So Dave was just saying here, we've got one issue with one of these pumps not working. What's been happening?
Yeah, over the last couple of days since the rainfall event, one of the pumps keeps tripping out on its thermal overload.
Yeah.
And when the pump stops, the water's, because the head height's so high in the river, it's been backfilling back from the river into the internal drain.
So as much as one pump's taking it into the river, the other one's siphoning it back again.
That's
right.
So
that is not dropping.
No, that's right.
Crikey.
And the Environment Agency keep piling water in at the other end.
Other end as well, it's just, yeah, as you can see, it's so high, everywhere's just been pumped into here, but because it's so flat out to sea at Boston, it's not emptying very quickly. Actually, also all these internal waterways here, they're controlled by the IDBs, not the Environment Agency. And it's the IDB regions, they all know what they're doing and do a lot better job, and they work with farmers. Dave is chairman of his local IDB region here, whereas the EA just don't want to know. And it's ludicrous really that the Environment Agency is so backward and just won't really talk to farmers or work with us. So this is the problem we've got. Right, David, we've just got back to the yard and seen all the water and lack of EA movement and I suppose action from them. Thoughts on the Environment Agency? I know, we've only got we don't want 2 hours because we could easily go on for that.
Yeah. Well, first thing is it would be very interesting to always know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Their communication is so poor. They just go off doing their own thing. We talk about collaboration and working with people. They do it between flood events, and then between times they just do their own thing. And
I remember from 2019 we couldn't get hold of them, and then they said that was one thing that was a criticism of them. They said, oh no, we're going to be more proactive and more contactable.
Yeah.
Are they?
No. One word, no. But if we use an example, the internal drainage boards, if you need to get any of the individuals, you've got mobile phone numbers. If there's a problem with a pump, you can contact the pump man. Yeah. For any members of the public, if there's an issue, it's all on the website, contact details. Yeah. The Environment Agency, you'll go for an 0800 number. Yeah. And I can remember back in 2007 saying my land's flooded, I've got 250 acres under water, and the call handler said, well, you'll be insured, won't you, Doug?
I know, that's
and for most people, agriculturally, growing crops, we cannot get insured for growing crops for flooding.
We're going to go around and see someone else now, Henry Morton, around not far away, 5 miles away, and then my godson Henry, and just see, because the flooding is just as bad. Thanks, David, for your time.
Thank you.
I've just come now with Rhonda to another farm 5 miles away from David and Henry Morton, and just going to flick the camera around here, and it's just devastation on the same level. Then we'll have a chat with Henry. I've got Henry stood, so here's Henry. Right, Henry, just explain what was there in that first field got through there.
That first field out there, we've got 5 hectares of direct drilled winter wheat. We've got 2 12-metre strips of stewardship either side of that dike.
Yeah.
Then we've got 18 hectares here of winter rape.
Just for viewers, countryside stewardship scheme, where we're paid to put things into environmental features to help wildlife, which will all be drowned with this.
Yeah, we've got a 12-metre strip all around this field here.
Yes.
Mid-tier.
Yeah, and this field of rape, it was all looking at this here, fantastic crop of rape. The effort that goes into getting oilseed rape to this stage, and the cost is colossal. and you'll be seriously miffed with this.
Yeah. So, and it goes all the way around.
And to insult to injury, you've got swans swimming on it, which really just does make it worse. So yeah, just come round here, Henry. So we've got all this is right round here. What's the depth of this water?
4 feet at the moment.
4 feet in there, crikey. Acres we're looking at, did we say 150 was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you've got your chicken sheds, can't
In the
quite see
distance.
in the distance, and it hasn't got to those yet.
No, it's 30 foot off the back of those.
Right, crikey. Henry, what happened to the water? How did it get here? It came over the top of the bank, through the bank?
Yeah, we've got a major dike across the back of the farm, which is called Duck Pool.
Yeah.
Which takes the water from Minting. It also takes the water from sort of the top end of the far side, which is sort of Horsington Way.
Yeah.
It runs at the same level as the River Witham. So if the Witham's high, that's high. But obviously the Witham got to the point where it couldn't take any more water from that, so it overtopped in 2 places. Once down over by Bournes, which is on the Bardley
Across
Road.
there, yeah.
And the other one over at the back of that valley there, which is the Woodall Road.
Yeah.
So it came from 2 different directions and
then it met in the middle.
here. So we're looking at a few 100 million litres of water.
And have you been flooded before here?
Last time was 2012.
Right.
We've never had it like this.
No,
ever.
no. And you've got the Witham, the River Witham is just behind us at the top end of this water. You've got a pumping station just through there.
Top.
No.
I mean, those pumps down there can't handle this amount of water. They're
No.
designed for these dikes and that's it.
And you were saying as well a minute ago to me about the pumps haven't been working in the other direction, and you asked the EA, you said you'll go and manage the
Well,
pumps.
that's internal drainage board pumps at Stickswold. They've got no one to man them. So we've offered to go and man them, but
Yeah.
we're not insured to do that, so we can't.
So you can't put them on.
No. And they're 90 cube a minute. They will be horrendous.
So-
They've made a big difference.
So 90 cube a minute, that's 90,000 litres a minute of water, which is a huge amount, colossal.
Yeah, and we can't run them because we're not trained.
Because
or
you're
we're
not trained to
insured.
do it, yeah. So at the minute,
They couldn't even spare anyone to show us how to do it or do it. And we'd say we'll go do a buddy for somebody else. Get someone. I haven't got the staff.
must be heartbreaking when you see the effort going into all this, putting these crops like this, looking after the environment, looking after wildlife, everything that we all do, and then you've got this.
It's a kick in the guts
It is.
and a
Yeah.
slap in the face.
Yeah.
In that
And
order.
financial penalty here will be colossal. No insurance.
No, just
No,
don't get it.
you don't
It's like
get
me
it.
driving into their house, taking out half the house of the lorry, backing up and going, and carrying on driving off.
Yeah.
They don't care about us. They will on one voice. If it was a housing estate down here, they'd be screaming about it.
Yeah.
There's one voice and they don't care.
No. But and this is the annoying thing that we're meant to be doing things for the environment, for nature, wildlife, water quality, air quality, and everything. Yet the wildlife destroyed here in this flood will be colossal. And you said I've already seen voles washed up.
Yeah, there's voles washed up. We've got 2 dead badgers down there. It's a mess. I mean, it really is. It's just a slap in the face for all we do.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. This is. And have the EA been to see you? Have had a phone call?
Not a thing.
Nothing. See, this is the problem, that they don't seem accountable to anybody, do they?
No.
They're just.
They're a law unto themselves.
They are, and all they want to do is prosecute farmers as much as they can for minor things, or even try and find.
They have no knowledge of how the farms work or the drainage board works.
No, and they won't work with farmers. That's the problem. That's the
No
problem.
matter what they say, they mean nothing.
No.
Their words are empty. Let us do it. Let us take control, and we can run the job better because we can't do any worse.
No.
But when I hear they say this is unprecedented, yes, it is. But they weren't ahead of the game. They didn't lower the water levels. They had the chance to do it, and they didn't.
No.
They aren't being proactive. They just sit back and wait for things to happen. And it's just not right.
The rain last Friday was forecast for a week, 10 days before
Yeah.
that, wasn't it? A long while before that. So they had plenty of time to get plans in place and start to get ready for it.
Yeah.
And nothing.
No.
One thing we haven't touched on, Henry, is cleaning the rivers out, dredging, desilting, call it what you like. When was the last time you saw anything like that done around this area?
I've been here 25 years and I've never seen it happen yet.
You see, this is the problem, and I just make you wonder, all this flooding is now getting more and more, and it started intensely since they've started to follow the eco-warriors route of not cleaning out rivers. And they're saying, what's the phrase? Stem the flow, hold it back.
I'm doing a good job for them, that.
I'm going to say you're doing a good job of
Awesome
not getting
job.
paid.
No.
But, you know, as farmers...
They're getting paid, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But as farmers, we're always taught that to get rid of water, you need to get rid of it. Don't hold it back. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
And get it out to sea.
Yeah. But apparently that's not the use of a river.
Yeah. So that's just seen Henry Morton. Now got some more floods behind me, which these are well-known floods because in 2019 these are all over the news on Country Farm and everything. It's my godson Henry's farm. You can just see there behind me. And we're going to drive through the middle here now, which we couldn't in 2019. We're going to see Henry and have a look at the problems here because the EA have not learnt the lessons from 2019. So I'm now in the middle of it, stood on the road that in 2019 was underwater. I think that yellow notice on that sign was where the water level was in 2019. This now is an overlay of that. This is the scale of the water, and I got across here in a boat to the farm. This is Henry's farm. Just see the volume of water, colossal. So this is the pub that was very famous in 2019, and a lot of people keep coming here because of the amount of water here. And quite ironic, that is an Environment Agency office and a storage equipment area. There is a river here. To the left of that bank is an area that should not be flooded, and the same over there shouldn't be flooded. The water's not too deep, as you've just seen us go through it. Go slow, you're all right. Oh, I've got Henry here. Deja vu.
Yeah, deja vu. Only 4 years on, and we're back here.
We're back here again.
Yeah, terrible.
Not quite as deep as before, but
No, so it hasn't actually breached yet, but we're just walking up here to this low spot.
yeah.
And that's where it was overtopping. It started washing the back of the bank out, and I think it's a matter of time
Before the bank
it
goes.
again.
So, have you spoken to the Environment Agency? Have they been out to see you?
I haven't bothered, to be honest. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard anything.
So, the cause of this was overtopping across there? Or?
Yeah, overtopping again, and it was overtopping exactly where the breach happened last time.
And so last time, this is an overlay of that. There was a big floating barge brought in, pontoon. They piled it, put metal piles in, didn't they?
They did.
And then we're saying that wasn't brought up level and it's come over the top there.
Yeah, it's come over the top there, and then we're just here at another low spot coming to in a minute, which we'll have a look at. And honestly, I'm not very hopeful. I think this is probably going to go. I hope it doesn't. It's bad enough now.
Yeah.
But if this goes, the water will be level top with this
Right
with
across,
this bank, and
because-
right across, and we won't be able to get to yard
Because
for months.
just this here is the river. Well, part of this is the river. That's Henry's land. So that's why this goes for miles up there and in the distance. So we'll just turn the camera on, Henry, and you can just show us what's happening here. So this is the area where it's low as well. You can see now it's seeping through.
Then you can actually hear the water running. It's coming through the bank here.
Oh, this is
I'll just be careful, but you can see where it's running through the bank. Now the good thing, you can say it's a good thing, is it's running clear water.
yes.
If it was running dirty water, we'd be running.
Yeah.
Because it'd be about to go.
About to go, yeah. But you can see that's started to go and collapse there with a huge amount of pressure behind it.
It was overtopping all the way on that corner. I don't know if you can zoom in, if you can
Yes.
see. It's done exactly the same here, all the way around on that
Just
bend.
where you can just see above the water above the bank there. Yeah, you
That's
can
it.
just see
You
those
just
dark
see
spots.
Dark spots, and that's what it's just like this basically.
Yeah.
And there's sways of land the other side, hundreds and hundreds of acres underwater the other side.
All the way through Fiskerton towards Lincoln.
And to be honest, it's the water level's still coming up at the minute.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. And of course, the pub there, the turret there, they've got fishing lakes at the back. They've got caravans, mobile homes, and they're underwater now. So, as Henry said, the water level's still rising. The things you see when you're out, look at that murmuration of starlings. Henry, 2019, how long were you underwater for?
We flooded on the 9th of November and we still had water trapped in fields in February. We managed to get down to the yard. New Year's Day I did manage to get down to the yard in a tractor, but it's all the fields still look like this in December, so months and months, and if this bank goes it'll be the same again.
Same, it will, yeah.
So we've been all day taking stuff out of the yard that you know, we could possibly need. Everything's moved out the way that we tried to salvage stuff if it does flood and gets wet in the yard, so we've done all we can. Just a case now of hoping the bank doesn't give way, but it's a mess if it doesn't anyway, to be honest.
It is. But, and then any compensation from anybody?
Oh, no, none
Not
at
a
all.
penny.
And to be honest, I'm worse off this time than 2019 because everything that's underwater this time is drilled. In 2019, I hadn't
You
had
hadn't got
planted,
it,
so
no.
I've had all that expense, preems,
Seed.
we even applied ferts to some of it.
Yeah.
The only piece of good rape I've got on the whole farm anywhere was down here. It's now dead underwater. So yeah, it's pretty heartbreaking, and just to have it 4 years after the first time, it's just, you just wonder where to go with this block of land going forward.
Not just your land here, what do you think needs doing nationally, the Environment Agency?
What needs to happen, in my humble opinion, is something like that's happened on the Somerset levels, and it's proven case that works. They've set up a Somerset Rivers Authority. They dredge the rivers, and it's a very similar landscape to this because we're flat from Lincoln to Boston. There's no fall; it's absolutely flat. So you've got to keep the water moving down here, because if you look, this river's absolutely full. We need this empty as fast as we can.
Yes.
We're going to get this rain again tomorrow, and so you need room to. Water needs to get out to sea as fast as we can to take the next load of rain, because that's what I'm worried about. Is the next lot of bloody rain. Because the bank will go. So you're better off having not a lot of wildlife in a river that's properly maintained to keep wildlife in the fields and keep them free of water if you can.
Absolutely spot on. But if you want to look at Henry, he's all over social media. Henry Ward, my godson.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think.
Don't look like each other. I don't think there's any of my genes quite in Henry, but we'll see. Yeah, great. Now back at the pub end, and you can see there those mobile homes pumping out there. That bush and all that debris in the river there is still there from 2019, blocking the channel. The EA said they were going to clear it out and remove them, but they haven't done. And the same back here. So that's it. That's the end of a Warder's Waffle flood special. Oh dear, I don't know what to say really. We're very sad for the two Henrys and David that were seen in this update. The flood water, the crops ruined, and the sheer costs that it's had to them. Luckily, they're all right, but it's just going to be a huge financial catastrophe. And also the damage to wildlife as well. We need to get to grips with this. Anyway, I'll not major too much now at the end. Thanks for watching, and sad update this one. We'll see you next time.